What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So today I'm making a video on the #1 asked question that I have when I work at Academy. And it's really a simple question. I'm brand new to fishing. What are a couple lures that you recommend? Now, a lot of you are going to think, oh, he's going to recommend this or this or this. And then there's a bunch of you that are right and who are avid fishermen. And you're going, oh, okay, I can almost guarantee these two particular baits. Now, these aren't meant to catch the biggest fish on the lake, okay? Not saying they can't, they definitely can. I've seen some 10s and 11s and 12s pulled out with these actual lures. The #1, hands down, because of the diverse nature of this bait, is this guy right here. The Gary Yamamoto Senko. Now, to get started with that Yamamoto Senko, guys, it's super simple. Don't get confused with a million different colors. Go out, get black and blue for dirty water. If you got a little bit of that stainish color, I always throw that green pumpkin. And then if I got clear water, really simple, it's watermelon with some either red flake or black flake, whichever one that you end up getting confidence in. A lot of people enjoy things like baby bass, but just stick to the 3 normal colors: black, blue, green pumpkin, watermelon. You're good. That's it. The reason why I'm telling you this is #1 to me is it's really simple to use this bait. Circle hook. I got the owner 1/0 or 2/0. If my camera will get off my face here, you have a little clean spot right here, right below that clean spot. You're going to take your hook. You're going to put it dead square in the center. That's it. You're done. You're done. That's it. Now, the way that you would do this when you were using it is you would cast it out, let it sink to the bottom, and as your line, if you're watching your line, it'll stay kind of, you guys can't see this, but it'll stay kind of tight. When it hits the bottom, that line will bend in and start to slacken the water. As soon as you see that, hop it 3 times. 1, 2, 3 with your rod, just boop, boop, boop. What happens is when this bait is falling, these little side pieces right here just flutter down, and it looks like a dying bait fish or whatever the other fish think it is. I'm honestly not sure what they think it is, other than maybe a worm or a dying bait fish. There's another way to rig it, and like I was saying, that's why I like this bait, and I always tell beginners to do it, is because you can do what they call a weedless Texas rig. You can either use it with a weight and do some flipping and punching, or, now I said this is for beginners, so we're not going to worry about the flipping and punching. We're just going to worry about the weightless version of a Texas rig. And when you're done, it should look like this right here. Nice little hook, extra wide gap, and I'll remove this so I can show you how to do it. So you're going to take your hook here. I'm going to try to cover up my face as much as possible. This Canon's autofocus here. But you're going to take it into the top of the bait. You're going to push it down about 1/4 of the way, like literally 1/4 of an inch. Poke it back out through the side. Roll it around, rolling it around. Turn. Once you get to that little notch, turn the hook. And you're going to push it up just a little bit. Now, as you can tell, it's open. It's not connected. So, real simple. Take it, line it up. Now, it's about right there. So you're going to come here. This is really hard to do in this direction. And you're going to poke it straight through. Now you have a weightless, but one step further. There we go. See how that hook's kind of sticking out right now? Right there? You're going to get hung up on a lot of stuff. So if you just push the bait forward just a little bit and then push it back down into it, you get what they call a Texpose. And now it's weedless. And with this one, you work it the same way as the wacky rig. The wacky rig I use for docks and small brush piles and stuff like that. With this, if I'm, say, near rocks, I'll long cast, let it sink to the bottom, and of course it flutters down just like the other one. And then when you pop it, the reason Gary Yamamoto originally created these baits was because he wanted to make basically a fluke, is in essence. But as you pop it and you bring it up, this thing just goes haywire in the water, and then it flutters back down. So let it sink, it hits the bottom, slack line, pop, 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 let it die again, and you can do that all the way down a bank. And guys, this will absolutely destroy fish. The other thing, and the reason I'm rating this one as a number 2 is because unless you're using something like a Deadly Ned, which you can find on Instagram, guys, not sponsored, but my buddy Matt makes the baits and they've saved me a lot of money, is what they call a Ned rig. And guess what, guys? This is another worm. Worms just seem to work, period, almost all the time. And like with this one, it has a mushroom head. There we go, mushroom head and an open hook. This is going to be something that I use around, say, rocks. I try not to throw this around wood because they get real expensive. For like these little heads, man, it's like $5 for a 4-pack or a 5-pack. I'm not real sure, I don't remember. I use, with these, I use technically 2 brands. One is the Z-Man Elastec, and the other, when I'm in like a, say, a dirtier water or tournament situation, just because I know I don't have to slide any kind of noisemaker in them, is that Googan Baits Deadly Ned. And I don't know, Mike's right here, guys, sorry. It is a rattling Ned. With this one, the Z-Man, you'll go through, and I tell everyone to start off with the Z-Man because it's that Elastec. You're going to go through 20, 30, 40, 100 fish before you ever have to replace this one. You'll probably lose this hook on some rocks before this bait will give out. Come here. You push it in. Now the easiest way to do it is to measure from here to say like right here on that bait. And ignore the fingernail polish, I got a daughter. So you slide it up to where that point was, boom, and then you just push it the rest of the way. Man, that was hard to do, showing you guys on camera, and that's it. The way you work this one, you cast it out, and you literally slow drag it across the bottom. If they don't like that, then of course you throw it out, and then from there you can kind of speed it up, or you can speed it up and hop it a little bit and wiggle it, whatever you want to do. If you're throwing these, green pumpkin, copper truce, they're great colors, and that's what I would start off using. PB&J also works for a lot of people. I personally, it's not my favorite. And that's the reason why, guys, I have this as my number 2, though, is because it's not as diverse as the Senko. I'm gonna give you guys, I'll give you guys a little bonus bait real quick. Remember the Wacky Rig? This guy? Well, the other thing you can do is a fluke. And that works just like this with the Texas rig. You can do what they call a nose hook with the fluke. Come here, push it through. Guess what? You're done. I use this in open water. Now, if I was gonna do it Texas rig, same way. Just run it through the same exact way on this. I use this style for cover or long casts that are near rocks, boulders, stuff to that extent. I use this for open water, or if I'm around a lot of bait fish I need to flee and I want that crazier action, because for some reason with this, it has more wiggle and swivel room, so it looks like it's really running away. But the good thing about all of these baits is really, really, really awesome is that you guys saw how this is the 5-inch. Man, you guys can go all the way up to a big, like the 7-inch. They have 10-inch, but you know, just for the beginner's sake, we're gonna stick to that, because if not, I could pull out the magnums on the Z-Man, you know. And these, of course, once you get used to the smaller ones, you start catching fish, you figure out what you're doing. That's when you can pull out those bigger baits once you get some confidence in the smaller ones. Okay, it's getting dark, so we're going to have to do this really quick. The rod and reel that you need and the line, guys, this is super simple. I promise you, I've made this as simple as possible so that way you guys can go out and start catching fish. I use 6-pound is my leader line, okay? Now, if you're new to this and you don't know anything about uni knots and all that other kind of knot, go out, get you a spinning setup. If you guys can see that, I can't show you because I'm in my room. Like with me, I have the Shimano, what is this one? The C3000, the Nasia, I think is what it's called. Me. And I recommend this to everybody, guys, this rod and reel. It's the Dobyns Fury. If you're wondering what this is, I fish a lot on a kayak, so I have floaties on mine wrapped in electrical tape. But if you're new to fishing, guys, don't worry about doing braid to leader and all that stuff until you get used to it. Go out and get you some 6 to 8 pound and spool up your reel with it. Come down to the bottom and tie you something like an improved clinch knot or a Palomar knot. Just keep it as simple as possible. There's also videos out there you guys can look up on how to tie those knots. Might make some myself. Don't know, just for the subscribers of the channel. But I'm trying to get attacked. With that Texas rig hook, you're probably sitting here going, what hook did he use? I just thought about that. With that Texas rig, I'll use a 3 or 4/0, and I go with a Gamakatsu. But that's it, guys. Literally the most simple baits in the world. Most of any of your baits will consist of, it doesn't matter what they are, black and blue, green pumpkin, and watermelon. You can later on eventually find out if you like the red flake, the black flake, the purple flake, whatever. That's it, guys. Super simple, super easy. And I hope this catches you guys some fish. And like I said, with these, I'll actually teach you guys how to use them, maybe on my next video or two. And maybe you guys can send me some photos on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and I'll link those down here in the video somewhere. And like I said, guys, all of this is going to be in the description below to links. If you want to support the channel, by all means, click those links. It'll take you straight to it. You can order them, have them shipped to your house. If not, hey guys, you got tackle shops, you got Academy, you got a whole bunch of different places you can go. It's up to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Hopefully I can teach you how to use them in a later video when it's not getting dark in 30 minutes. So I'll see you guys on the next video.